ladies. Hello, Jaki Sabourin here. And today we are back talking about the Swipe Right online dating video series that I'm creating for you to help you skill up with your online dating. Because let's face it, online dating is here to stay. And I would much prefer online dating than sitting in a dimly lit bar or trying to meet a guy at a coffee shop. Now, not that those aren't valid, great ways to meet men, but I'd rather just do it from the comfort of my own home. And that's how I met Michael. And let me just tell you, a lot of you don't know this perhaps, but Michael lived next door to me for a whole year. Our buildings literally almost touched, and we were both on the second floor. That's how close we were, but we never met. And then I ended up moving after a whole year of our parking garages lined up next to each other, coming in and out of the parking garage, probably at the same time, to moving 3 blocks away and then meeting Michael on a dating site on Match. So it's like, go figure. We lived in the same town, a small little town. La Jolla is small. But we didn't run into each other. Some of our circles were overlapping because I was doing a lot of real life, meeting men in real life, because I believe that both are essential. However, the special thing about online dating that I will say is that it helps you to skill up in areas that you really need to skill up. So let's talk about the do's and don'ts for online dating, and then I'll take some questions, okay? And so use online dating as a personal development tool. And here's why. Because self-awareness and confidence looks good on everyone, ladies. It looks good on everyone. And how you develop self-awareness and confidence is by using the online dating platform as a tool. Remember, I said in the other videos, it's a tool to get to know you. Because guess what? As soon as you go online, all these fears start to come up. Fear of rejection, fear of failure. You're not good enough, not worthy. All of those things start to get triggered, especially when the guy that you like doesn't call you back, and you're confronted with the real you, the you that you need to work on, the real you that's maybe a little scared or that doesn't feel good enough or not worthy. And those are really wonderful reflections that you can take and start to work on, because like I said, self-awareness and confidence fits everybody, and that's what men are looking for. And so use this as a tool, but don't let it use you, because when you let the online dating sites use you, you become very discouraged and you want to drop out. But that's the last thing I want you to do, because guess what? By 2019, I'm going way back. By 2040, 70% of relationships, spouses, will have come from online dating. And I really believe that it's just going to get more sophisticated, more streamlined. And so the sooner you get on board learning how to use these sites, the better. And so what are the do's and don'ts? So let's go over the don'ts first, okay? Don't lie on your profile, because guess what? You're just going to have to go back and explain the truth. And some men are okay with it. White lies are okay. They're acceptable forms of lying about your age, about your height, your weight, your body type. But as soon as you meet somebody, they're going to find out. So just skip it. And I want you to know I'm going to be really transparent. I actually lied about my age. I know me, but I did. I fell for the same mistakes that everybody else falls for when they first go online. And that's why I became a coach, because I saw the mistakes I was making, and I learned to correct those. And I met Michael. And so I knew that I had to make some changes. And so, I was lying about my age because somebody that I knew, a friend, and one of the don'ts is do not take your friend's advice. They are not sitting in your shoes. They do not know exactly what you're going through. They don't know how long you've been single. They don't know about your personal inner work that you need to do on stop creating these negative, dysfunctional beliefs that are going to surface. They don't know that. So don't take your friend's advice. As well intentioned as it is, it's a lot of times it's just not good advice. So my friend suggested I lie about my age, and you know what? She was well-intentioned. She'd been online. She had a lot of experience, but I did it, and I had to, as soon as I sat down, I wanted to confess. It was horrible. So anyway, I made my point. Just don't lie. Just be yourself. That is the best thing I can encourage you to do, is be yourself online, because all the other roles are taken and you are so unique. And that's what online dating is about, is bringing out your unique qualities through this trial, the trial period that you go through. You really have to get clear on what makes you unique so you stand out. So do look at it as a process of clarifying your uniqueness and writing about it, speaking into it, and your trips and your travels and your experiences about life and the things you experience. In my other videos, I'm talking about the photos and the things you can do, the quotes. You can start to personalize your online dating sites as if it's your profiles, as if it's a social media platform. So definitely do that. And so the another important thing is to find the right dating site that works for you. It's really important because they're not all the same, and there's probably thousands by now, but there's some key ones that are designed for like Match, for example. And this is my experience with Match. Match takes a little bit longer to correspond back and forth because it's not like instant. Not you're going to hear from a man instantly. So your strategy on Match should be a little different, but it's a really great site. And then there's Bumble, which is on your phone and it moves very quickly. But you don't want to put that if you live in a destination location, because you're going to be picking up men that are traveling all over the world on vacation to visit you. Maybe you live in Hawaii or you live in Florida, right? Or New Orleans even, or someplace like Vegas where people are coming and going a lot. You're going to be picking up on all these transient people, and that may not serve you. So that's why, unless you're traveling, so you can use them to in a most effective way that will serve you. So knowing which sites to be on is really a big part of it. You have to look at the demographics. You have to look at their user base and all these other things. And I'm going to be covering this so much more in my 90-minute training on Wednesday, the 22nd. It's coming up next week at 4 p.m. Pacific, where I'm for 90 minutes. We're going to go into each of these topics that I've been discussing in this video series in depth. And the way you can really help me and I can help you is to take my swiperightquiz.com, because the quiz results are going to give you an idea of where you're struggling in the mistakes you might be making online. And then it also gives me the feedback on what I really need to focus on that training so that it's really effective and it's just not a lot of fluff. I don't want to give you a bunch of fluff. I really want to give you solid, usable strategies and I have this filtration system. I call it my filtration system. Based on that, then you can get results right away, because you should not be struggling with online dating. It is really easy, but you will struggle if you don't have the right strategy, you don't know how to use it. So let's just talk about another don't. And so don't expect the one to show up. Oh, I love all the hearts and thumbs up over here. Thank you, ladies on Facebook, and hi, ladies on YouTube. Thanks for being here. And so what I was saying is I just am looking at my notes here. What you want to do, I lost my train of thought. Okay, let's go back to the do's. So the do's is I want you to make sure you use a Google Voice phone. It's so important not to use your own phone number. It'll take a lot of the fear out of attracting the wrong person. I used a Google Voice phone number. I did. In fact, when I met Michael, I had 2 phone numbers, and he was a little confused by that because he'd never heard of it. Talk about naive. But men out there are naive because maybe it's easier for them. I don't know, but it's really popular now to use these Google Voice phone numbers. And the reason why I used it, it's because my condo faced the street, and I was in a townhouse, and so it wasn't like there was a building where you entered a foyer. My door opened up to the street, and I had my teenage daughter living with me. So no, I could not use my phone, or you could trace where I lived and put her at risk and myself. So it's really wise. That way you can just get texts, you can get calls, you can call them, and it's just no big deal. And as soon as you feel comfortable and safe, you can give them your real number. So definitely do get a Google Voice or some kind of texting service that doesn't reveal your identity. And what I also want you to do is be really specific in your online dating profiles. Specific meaning you need to get clear on the things that makes you unique. For example, let me use myself. And you can use, I know that all of you have amazing, unique qualities. So don't compare yourself to somebody else who's online, because the right man is looking for exactly what you do. But at the time that I was dating, I was doing a lot of stand-up paddle surfing because I lived in Hawaii for years. So I put that in my profile. I put pictures of me stand-up paddling. I also love to ski. So I had a picture of me just standing in the snow, like, yay, looking really excited about skiing. It was snowing. And they were just candid pictures. They weren't me with any makeup on or fluff on. You couldn't even see my face. I had a helmet on. But they got across the message is that I like to ski, I'm athletic, I like to go out in the ocean. And so it also shows that I'm a little bit adventurous and I like to take risks. And I do. I like to take risks because the bigger the risk, the bigger the gain. And I'm okay with overcoming those fears as they come up. So make sure your pictures represent the unique you. And I've talked about this in a previous video, so maybe revisit that video. And so what about the pictures and how they showcase, your special, unique qualities, whether that's gardening, cooking, you're a foodie, you travel, you like plants, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just make it so that it connects with a man because he's looking to make a connection with you and also things to talk about. So that's how you can be specific in your pictures. And then in your profile, write about things you're interested in. Update your profile weekly, not once every 6 months. You should be going in there every week and putting in another blurb, swapping out what you made for dinner. If you're posting your foodie stuff, some man is following you and he's like, wow, I love everything she's posting. I'm gonna give her a call. And so the things that you don't want to do is to assume that you're going to meet the one in the first interaction. Now, I know that I want you to meet the one, but why I say don't make assumptions that he's the one is because it gets you into trouble and you start to get into disappointment and expectation. So that's why I really want you to take that swiperightquiz.com so that you can see where you're making these mistakes, because one of the biggest mistakes that women make is they meet a guy and they kind of like him and then they stop dating other men. I don't want you to stop dating men. I want you to keep dating. I want you to have a rotation of men you're talking to all the time so that you don't hyper focus on one man, which causes you, first of all, his interest in you goes down because you've released the tension. Because when he knows when you're focusing on him solely. And that's why it's important that you make sure that you're not just focused on one man. Even if you're dating one man and he hasn't asked you to be exclusive, you should be online and he should know that you're online. That's going to encourage him to scoop you up before somebody else does. And face it, if he hasn't scooped you up, you're still single and you should be dating and talking about men and have a lot of men in your rotation constantly. So it's like this filtering system that's always running. And how long do you want to be online? I want you to be in a committed relationship this year. And so if you've been online for a long time, I'm sorry, but I will say that your strategy's off. You become discouraged. You need a breath of fresh air. You need somebody who's as enthusiastic as I am and is as sure as I'm sitting here that this will work for you, because it's a strategy. And I've got that strategy I'm going to teach you on Wednesday, the 22nd at 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 Eastern. And I'm going to want as many as you on that call as possible so that we can spend 90 minutes. And it's going to be a video call so you can see me. And I'm not going to be working from a script, but I'm going to have all the bullets that we've been talking about in these videos and your questions. I'm going to be addressing all of it. And then I'm going to give you something very special that you can use right after you get off to that training call. And I'm going to give you a little teaser. It's about your profile. I'm actually going to help you write your profile right in that call, because I think that's where a lot of you struggle. So I'm just going to give it to you. Okay. So make sure you show up on that call and take the swiperightquiz.com to help me help you know exactly what you're struggling with. And you'll figure out, what you might be doing, the mistakes you're making when you're trying to attract your dream man. All right. I'm going to take a couple of questions. Safety tips. Yeah, safety tips are really important, and I will definitely cover that on the call. Any man that, traditionally scammers are engineers, they're in another country. They send you beautifully scripted emails that are just make your heart flutter. Anytime you see a man come on that strong initially, I would put up a really big red flag. So that's just the safety tip. There's a lot of scammers online, but I don't want you to let them take you out. Just squat those scammers away. Don't spend too much time worrying about it, but look at your profile. Another safety tip is don't say you're retired in your profile. Say you're a consultant. As soon as you say the word retired, they're thinking you have money, and then the scammers can come after you, especially middle-aged women and on. So say that you're a consultant. You could be consulting with your children around whatever. It's the truth. You're a consultant. If you're a mom or if you're a woman, you're consulting with everybody about everything, because that's what we do. We always give advice. We support women and each other and everybody in our life. So I would use the word consultant. No, the class is free. There's no fee for the class this time, but I'm going to be featuring this as a training down the road, and I'm going to be charging for it. So I really want you to get on in it now while it is free, and all the content that I'm giving you in that class is free as well. What do you do when you haven't dated for decades? I love that question. Start dating, attend my training. And it's normal. I mean, normal for you if you haven't dated in decades. I'm not saying it's normal for others. And what I mean by that is that when we're each having difficulties or struggles, it's normal for me to have a certain struggle based on everything that I've done in my life and the choices I made. So when I say it's normal for any of you watching, maybe it's not normal for the other woman watching this, but it's normal for you to be having a struggle because of your choices, the life you've lived, and things that have happened to you. So don't judge yourself harshly. It's normal for you if you haven't dated in a decade based on what you've been going through. But we can change all that. I want you to attend the training and go back and watch these videos so you can start to piece together a little trail that I'm giving you about all of these tools that you can start to apply. Okay. And so best alternative to Bumble for high travel areas. I really am a big believer in Bumble, so I don't want to suggest an alternative because Bumble works so well. And oh, Robin, thank you. Robin said I hadn't dated for 36 years and using Jaki's advice has helped so much. 36 years. So there's women that have, been married for a long time, decades, that have lost their beloved, or maybe you've been focusing on your career and now you're just wanting to get in there, or maybe you've been hurt and you're getting over a heartache. Whatever the case, don't judge yourself. Just know that the time is now. If you're watching this video, the time is right for you to jump in the fray with the rest of us and learn these skills so that you can feel confident and become more self-aware, which looks good on everyone, as I said. So I'm going to leave you with this to make sure you take this swiperightquiz.com. I know I'm being redundant, but ladies, come on. It's a under a minute quiz. And then I'm going to see you tomorrow. I'm going to do another training and another video series right up until the video training on Wednesday. So we've got 3 more live videos coming with little snippets followed by the live 90-minute call on Wednesday night. Okay? All right. You enjoy the rest of your day and just know I'm always sending you so much love, and I am holding you all in this space, trusting that you're all going to get into a relationship with the man of your dreams. But you've got to take the action steps to be here to learn the skills that I'm teaching you. Okay, that's your job. Just show up and you will start to program yourself to make some changes that you'll see quick results. All right, lots of love. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.